quarter panel cut out, and we're leaving this body line. Gonna flange it right here, and we like how this quarter rolls over, so we're gonna flange it right here, all the way down. And then we're gonna cut all this out so it lays in there. Also, got an outer wheelhouse patch fabricated, and a trunk drop-off patch fabricated. And then, after we get that welded in there, we're going to clean all this up, all the rust out. We're going to weld in any pinholes we see, and then we're going to epoxy all of that, and then throw in the quarter. And the other quarter is going to get the same thing. That one's actually worse. Look at this quarter. Mangled. So, and there's rust in there too. But check this out. Look at that. Now that is awesome. This is a Gearhead car. We do all their paint and body work. Gearhead is really known in the Sacramento area. And we're doing all their stuff. Here's a Charger we're working on. This should be getting primed again really soon. Get its final prime. And then this will be done. And this is going to be one badass car. So there you have it. The window channel is coming along. And we got little tack welds everywhere for the pinholes. And patches everywhere. Here's a little tip. I already told you how to make an open butt weld patch, but you can see right here, it's hanging over the edge, and it's hanging over the edge right here. And that's on purpose, because I know there's an edge right here, and as soon as I have it tacked in right here, I could just grind this down with a die grinder to make it flush. And when you do open butt welds on corners, you can get it hotter, and it won't warp as much. As you can see, right here, these are corners. Right there. And right there. And the reason why I put this one in separate is because this is a compound curve. And without a shrinker or stretcher, a bench shrinker or stretcher, I wouldn't be able to make this curve in one piece. So what I did is I went like this, went up right here, and then went down. And that made it easier to do that. It would have been impossible had I cut it up here, all the way up here, and went all the way across. So I did that in two pieces, but it's good work, and we're getting there. Now I got it all shaved down, so now what I'll do is I'll tack there while holding it down. Tack there. Tack here. Press it down again. Tack there. And tack there. And as soon as I got it tacked across like that, I'll begin to zip it up. So it's a neat little tip, and it's going to turn out good. So now we got it tacked in there, and it's set where I want. So now I'm just going to zip it up. What you got going on, Brennan?
Looks like someone else has already got it. This with green stuff. Before they sprayed this black in here, there's like green under it. I'm like, who did that?
I think they enlarged the tunnel.
Well, yeah, but they just left sloppy, jagged green.
Oh yeah. I think they'll do that. I've seen that before. Looking good, dude.
Yeah, this thing's stupid. I don't know why I couldn't do this with steam sealer instead.
Looks good,
but it's getting there.
My quarter is sticking slightly out right here, so I'm gonna scribe. Take my cutoff wheel, cut a slice, pound it down, and then re-weld it up. And then I'll throw my quarter panel on with this flange up top. Get the little backing strip that's right behind this bracket, so you can't really see it from the inside. And then we're off to the races. We got Jesse over here doing the other quarter. What do you got to say to your fans, Jess?
Are you the official videographer?
Yeah.
I want a new contract.
So I cut my slice, pushed it in. Now I just gotta weld it up. So to get this quarter to fit, we had to raise this super high and screw it in. As you see, I have a Cleco. I usually use Clecos for the mock-ups, and then at the last fitment, when I'm about to weld it in, I'll throw a screw in there, and I do that to keep the screw hole nice and fresh, and so the screw does its job and holds the panel tight. So it's lined up here. And once you screw it here into there, it messes with the fitment everywhere else. So what I did next was I screwed it across, because you don't want this walking on you, because it's going to warp and look all funky. And this is the main part that they're going to be looking at. So we got this all screwed down, while this was allowed to be loose, so the panel could shift where it wanted to. And the gap's still good at the bottom when I push this in to the rocker. And next what I'm going to do, now that this is screwed in, I'm going to start tacking from the bottom and tighten it up. And if it's going to walk anywhere, it's going to be right here. And I might have to use my sinking disc in this area, but this is a nice area for that to happen. So that's where we're at right now. It's all screwed in, and now I just got to start tacking. So I got my tacks going across, and I stopped right here, and I stuck this in, and then moved my way up. And the reason why I stopped tacking here is because I knew when I'd get up here that it would try to walk just a little bit. So now I'm stopping right here, so this edge could walk this way when I finish off my tacks going that way. So I'm all tacked in right here. And although is lapped over. It's going to be real easy to deal with this because I'm going to stick tape right here. And then glass it to the edge. Sand it off with some 40 grit on a 6-inch and a 3-inch DA. And then put my glaze putty right there and finishing putty. And that's that. So, you notice I staggered my tack. Say if I tack here, the next one I'm tacking here. Next one I'm tacking here. And I did that all throughout all these welds. And these are the welds where I had to use a screwdriver to push the panel in. And now, there's really nowhere else to push in with the screwdriver. So now I'm going to do hot tack. Hot tack is basically a tack like this, but in succession, like 2 to 3 tacks, like tack, 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 all on top of each other while the tack is red. So better penetration and it'll get the job done faster. But I had to do these ones so I could use a screwdriver to get the panel flush. Because if the panel's not flush and I start hot tacking, I'm going to be burning. So we're all done hot tacking it, and you noticed I only tacked 3 times, and then I moved around. That right there is a low spot, so never mind that. But if you look down there, you see the little tiny waves. That's the warpage. That right there is a low spot, so don't worry about that. I'm gonna fix that anyways. But there wasn't a lot of warpage, and I'll be mudding the whole thing anyway. So after I grind this down, I'll glass right over the weld area, and then I'll start mudding. And obviously I'm gonna knock that down a little bit. So that's it.
Yeah, well, I asked if he got one. I just noticed his hair is all short.
Green spreading championship of the world. Right you are, Bob. We go back to the board of the action tonight. Here in the main stage, we have Geraldo in one corner versus the Camaro in the other. Who shall triumph? Who shall win?
Okay, you saw me sand it on the different planes with one time with the inline sander, one time with the EA, and the other time with the block. I didn't sand all the meat off because I wanted to determine at a later point if it was nice and straight. I could guide coat it, take those 40 grit scratches out, and replace them with 120 grit. Because this car is getting primed multiple times, 120 grit is fine to prime over. And I determined that it's really straight. So before I guide coat it and sand it with 120, I'm going to take care of all the pinholes right now. And then I'm going to guide coat it and then send it off.
February 1st through the 14th and receive a free Pandora home jewelry box with your Pandora purchase of $150. For details.
Do you want to learn how to make a ton of money flipping houses right here in Sacramento? If so, we have an amazing opportunity.
Thursday, February 2nd up at Hampton Wagon Hotel. It is a Tuesday, that means commercial free 3 o'clock hour show. Learn how to make a ton of money.
Quarter is all done in the back. It's all done. Oh, time to go home and come back and work on this thing tomorrow.